Welcome to Dear Damon and Jo, where we ask you to tweet us your problems,
your concerns,
your predicaments,
your issues,
and we give you the not so nice advice.
This time coming to you straight from a parking garage.
Dear Damon and Jo, when I'm alone, I want to be with someone, and when I'm with someone, I want to be alone. What the hell is wrong with me? João, you have a serious concerning issue on your hands, you know? You're a human being.
You're a human being.
You're a human being.
You a human being?
I'm a human being.
I am too. João, if you're at home, you always want to be with other people. If you're with other people, you always want to be at home. You gotta accept it and be happy.
Actually, you gotta accept it and be sad.
Dear Damon and Jo, how do you deal with social anxiety / shyness, and what would you say to someone who wants to get out of their shell?
If you have anxiety, you know what I do? I always say, my name is Joanna Franco and I have goals and I will not leave this establishment until I accomplish those goals. Maybe you need to start saying something like that to yourself, like, I'm a badass and I will do it. And then guess what?
You gonna do it.
Next. Juicy.
Ooh.
Dear Damon and Jo, how can I get over a crush?
Ooh, you know the answer to that one.
I think you just start doing things that make you happy, like go live your life. If you put out your feely sensors that like, hey, I'm interested in you, and they don't bite back, you know what? No, keep it going.
You like the person, but they don't like you.
Rough phase.
That's a worst phase. But you have to remember, and this is very hard to swallow, that they don't have to like you back. You don't have to sacrifice who you are. They shouldn't have to sacrifice who they are. And if it's not a good match, it's not fair to you to have to keep on going through this.
You just gotta keep it moving, honey. And remember, you flawless.
Dear Damon and Jo, how do you party safe in a foreign city?
We gotta teach you the universal language. Bitches, back off.
Dear Damon and Jo, how do you flirt with someone when you don't speak their language?
This is a trick of anybody that studies abroad. You know what it is already. You teach each other body parts in the foreign language.
Oh my god, anatomy is the first thing you should learn. You know what's also really good? When you're trying to flirt with someone who speaks a different language, it's the best thing because you can say something like a little bit risque and then you'll be like, oh, but that's not what I meant, I don't speak the language.
Yeah.
When like really you did. It's a good way to test how they're gonna feel.
You basically use it to your advantage.
Another good way to flirt with somebody who speaks a romance language is something like this. You're like in a park and like the park is a masculine noun. So you would say like, oh, es hermoso. But you're talking to a guy, you'd be like, oh, es hermoso. And they don't know if you're talking about the park or them.
So then it creates this trickery.
It's like, ooh. Dear Damon and Jo, I'm terrified of speaking in public. I'll have to do a speech on my graduation night in front of 2,500 people. SOS. We are both terrified of public speaking.
Especially when you have like a deeply rooted incident, you know, reaching all the way back to 2nd grade with a violin incident. Can you feel the love tonight? Anyways.
It's like this, you have to do it. So
you're
like,
gonna have to do it.
And you'll be nervous up until that very moment, as we are when we speak on stage. If you're ever in speech class and you gotta give a speech, go first, because the more you wait, the more anxious it is. It's just like eating you up.
The psyching yourself out thing is the worst. It's like worse than actually doing the stage. Remember, this is gonna sound weird. You're a human being. And the key to connecting with other human beings is to be your authentic human being self. Nobody likes like a robotic speech. Nobody likes a cheesy, rehearsed, really, really scripted speech.
So I think the best solution here is to do your speech, but also be real. You don't have to be like a formal, like corporate.
Please,
hell no.
That's like what they teach you in school. We need to scrap that, restart.
Dear Damon and Jo, do you have any advice on how to let people go? I'll tell you this, as travelers, we got a lot of advice because we're constantly saying goodbye to good people. It's true, we all have chapters in our life and people will come and go in those chapters. Some of it is necessary. Sometimes you gotta let the toxic people go. Other people, it's difficult. We're talking past lovers, exes, like good friends that are now sour, bitter.
Like we still think about those people. It's not like you just cut them out of your life. That's impossible. But everybody makes part in your life the way it needs to be done. So you just gotta like appreciate it, but also keep room in your little tiny heart for new people and new experience.
And that's all for today, folks.
Don't forget to keep tweeting your questions, your concerns, your issues to get some not so nice advice.
Give this video a thumbs up, right below a few comments, and also subscribe.
Don't forget, sometimes all you need is a little tough love.
Bye.